So, the justifications for government segmented government Saturday Uncle Church. Happy Father's Day, June 15th, 2024. Current governor of California is governor. This is the governor of
San Diego and San Francisco and San Jose. They say they want to do that in addition to these bills. Why are they wrong? Why don't you support that?
30 years of it with unquestionable integrity that will never lie to them, that will always tell the truth and always do everything for them. If I believe that California is ready to vote for someone like that, rather than just voting D or R, I may do it.
All right, well, we're ready if you ever want to make the announcement. But in the meantime, because I think you are going to run based off of what you just said, we play a game called Personal Issues, and this is a chance for the state to get to know you. Some of the fun part of you is we always see with the serious law enforcement stuff. So this is the first thing that comes to mind in terms of your cultural favorites. Ready? Here we go. What's your favorite TV show?
Museum closed 45 million.
I don't watch TV.
Favorite movie of all time?
Oh boy. Any Clint Eastwood movie.
Best book you've ever read?
War and Peace.
Favorite meal?
Steak.
Who is your role model?
My dad.
Why is that?
Everything that I am today, the man that I am today, the dad that I am today, the husband that I am today, is because of what was expected of me from my dad and the role model that I had to look up to. I would never want to let him down.
Well, on this Father's Day weekend, that is a great way to end it. Sheriff Chad Bianco, thanks so much for being with us. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Next, a different view from Democratic Assemblyman Rick Chavez-Jabeur. Stay with us. You're watching The Issue Is.
Retail crime is an emotional issue for many of our constituents.
Democratic Assemblyman Rick Chavez-Jabeur chaired the California Assembly's Select Committee on Retail Theft. Now the Democrats are hoping to fast-track a big series of bills to address the issues of public safety. Assemblyman, welcome to The Issue Is for the first time. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's talk about what these bills are. We'll put some of the information up on the screen. Some of it, increase punishment for large-scale organized retail theft. Make it easier to prosecute multiple offenders in different places and require more sellers to register their identity.
Do you have patients with chronic joint pain? Well, here's what transformed results in my clinic.
Freedom, personal freedom, is fundamental to who we are as Americans. There's nothing more important, nothing more sacred. That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy. This shouldn't be a red or blue issue. To protect our rights, to make sure that everyone in this country is treated equally and that everyone is given a fair shot at making it. But you know, around the country, MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms, cutting Social Security that you paid for your entire life while cutting taxes from the very wealthy, dictating what health care decisions women can make, banning books, and telling people who they can love, all while making it more difficult for you to be able to vote. We're a nation where we give hate no safe harbor. Because this is the United States of America. There's nothing, simply nothing we cannot do if we do it together.
Let's finish the job. Let's send Joe Biden to the rail.
Either we will get the full cooperation of other governments to stop this menace, or we will expose every bribe, every kickback, every payoff, and every bit of corruption that is allowing the cartels to preserve their brutal reign. And it is indeed brutal. Finally, as I have said before, I will ask Congress to pass legislation ensuring that drug smugglers and human traffickers receive the death penalty. The drug cartels and their allies in the Biden administration.
60 minutes overtime.
Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador is widely known by his initials, AMLO. His policy...
Libre, soberano. No somos colonia. No somos protectorado de ningún país extranjero. Tenemos una muy buena relación con el gobierno de Estados Unidos, pero no de subordinación.
López Obrador also had thoughts about
Es general el interés de los dos pueblos, del pueblo de Estados Unidos y del pueblo de México. Y nos hemos entendido.
Right now on NBC 5 News at 10, Mexico is voting in an election which will likely choose the country's first female president. We have team coverage live.
2 or 3 hours, that depends on the counting. But of course, we will follow closely these elections and tomorrow.
Wait, they didn't care about the people. By the way, Chicago.
Thank you for being with us on the Feast of St. Jason Poblet, co-founder.
On power in this important position in Mexico. Important to watch. They're trying to consolidate power under one central government. And that, I don't...
Now to Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum has swept to victory in Sunday's presidential election, making history as the first woman to hold the office. As the hand-picked successor of leftist President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the former mayor of Mexico City was always a favorite to win. The president-elect now faces some big challenges, including migration, relations with the United States, and the country's rampant drugs-related violence.
Mexico's biggest election in history has produced a unique winner. Claudia Sheinbaum is set to become the country's next president. Cheers and jubilation decorated her celebration speech. The former mayor pledged an office that leads for all.
Vamos a gobernar para todas.
We will govern for everyone, men and women, but as a humanistic principle of our movement, for the good of everyone, first take care of the poor.
Primero los pobres.
Her win has resonated with the public.
You're 5 minutes away from getting Ozempic for weight loss.
So, new at 4, former President Donald Trump's campaign is denying reports he called Milwaukee a, quote, horrible city during a closed-door meeting with House Republicans today. Jake Sherman with Punchbowl News was the first to report former President Trump said, quote, Milwaukee, where we are having our convention, is a horrible city. Wisconsin's Republican congressmen have had varying reactions to the reported comment. Scott Fitzgerald to our city. And former President Trump's campaign says the original reporting is, quote, a total lie. But then it seems to confirm the former president did criticize something related to Milwaukee in a
country, but it's out of control now because whatever we sent back, they're coming back in at levels that nobody's ever seen. I won in 2016 because of the border. We had a really bad border, but that border was nothing compared to what you have now. That border was peanuts. It was nothing. It's no wonder Joe Biden. Happy birthday to you. Graduated #1 at MIT. If you didn't graduate at all, every single group was doing better than ever before. We stood up to China like nothing, like nobody has ever done. Everybody was being taken advantage of by China, to put it mildly, bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars when no other president. Weapons. You know who occupies Bagram right now? China. They occupy. You feel good about that? And that's only because Biden's weakness is putting us in grave danger. Putin has no respect for him. No foreign leader has respect for him. The only thing they're good at is cheating and misinformation. That's all they're good at. As president, I will restore peace through strength. We had no wars. Remember, we had no wars during Trump. Remember, Hillary was saying, he's going to cause us wars. His personality. I said, no, my personality is going to keep us out of wars. In my next term, we will build a great iron dome over our country. We deserve a dome. We deserve it. All made, state-of-the-art, submissive.
And the president of Ukraine.
Okay, so what do you guys think? The job application, what does the president do? Okay, we're gonna job is to apply for this flavor for the United States president. Makes the final decision. Individual skills. What's his individual skills? Explain how to access the United States service. What do you need? What does Donald Trump need to do to Trump to become president of the United States? To become president of the United States, you must.
Good evening, everyone.
Be voted
for. The United States brought together every member of the G7 to sign a joint declaration of support for Ukraine. 25 additional countries joined us quickly. Each agreed to forge a long-term bilateral commitments with Ukraine. President Zelensky and I have just now signed that agreement between the United States and Ukraine. Our goal is to strengthen Ukraine's credible defense.
So what is the job applying for? Government operated dispatches the office business customer services dialogue collection to earn $22 per hour. This is a way to be good public speaker. The one goal is to be a good communication skills. Make good verbal instructions with good instructions. It's a way to save a life, then destroy a life. Donald Trump destroy lives. Joe Biden save life. Color ID version. Are you ready for the one who will save your life? Are you ready to be the one who will destroy life? Color request for series are the key to this business. Domestic violence abuse against Donald Trump is made. Says fight like hell, the capital is in name and to the capital. You must be able to communicate well and enjoy working with computers, telephone. What did you learn from Donald Trump? You must demonstrate your physical ability, physical stamina, physical fitness. Let's explain how you handle physical stress, physical injury, perform under stress, how to speak effectively, and be able to handle stress in a group setting.
$50 billion from the proceeds of those frozen assets. To put that money to...
Need snacks and activities for the kids this summer? Check out Camp Little Bites.
So the Trump supporters are
We start tonight with Decision 2024. Thousands of supporters gathered at former President Donald Trump's rally at Dream City Church in North Phoenix this afternoon.
The border crisis, obviously.
Just to lower taxes in general.
My biggest concern is election fraud.
But getting into the same room as Trump was a long journey.
No, I knew there'd be a large crowd.
Thousands lined up outside the venue, buying Trump gear.
I like to meet people in the crowd and, socialize.
But mostly, they just waited.
a little over 2 hours.
It stretched all over the property, and some who showed up when doors opened at 10 were worried they wouldn't get in.
Hopefully we'll get in. If not, we'll be out here turning here in.
Others just accepted it.
I know I won't be able to get in. There's no need to worry about it. There's no space, obviously. When I saw the crowd, I fully expected to not get in.
And you got thousands of...
a lot of very smart people in this room, and a lot of people that love our country. They love our country beyond just about all else. And the only thing that maybe supersedes it is their family and maybe their faith in certain instances, and that's very nice. But they want this country to be great again, and we're going to make it great again. And so I just want to thank the Republican Senate, and I want to thank also the House. We met, as you know, with the full...
Right, so that's the news.